Hi, this is Zak Mir with the Bulletin Board Heroes here at Vox Markets for Wednesday the 9th of June. Starting off with Chromic, where we've had a break of this falling wedge, which has been in place on the daily chart since January, also broken above the 200-day moving average at 14.25 pence and just breaking the 50-day line at 15 pence. The ideal scenario here is that while we're above, or we get an end-of-day close above the 200-day line and that January resistance line, we could head up towards 18 or 19 pence as soon as the end of this month. Obviously, the stop loss back below 12 pence, recent support for the shares, but it'd be surprising if the shares now stayed below the 14 pence level. Stock which has not been the most liquid or the most action-packed of the recent past, but is having a little bit of a spike today, is Prairie Mining, gap through the 200-day line, now equaling the initial resistance of 2021. The ideal scenario here is that we remain above February resistance around 15 pence, and above that we could head up towards the top of the rising trend channel in place on the daily chart. That's been in place actually since the beginning of last year, heading towards 26 or 27 pence perhaps by the end of next month, especially while we hold above that 15 pence zone. Stock which had a flying start in terms of being one of the more successful IPOs of last year is Pensana. Quite a pullback from the peak that we had in March, basically halved the share price, came back to the 200-day moving average and a few bounces around there, and looks like we're back up again now, breaking that line of resistance from April around, 105. Above 105 on an end of day or weekly close basis should be enough to give us at least an intermediate rally up towards the May resistance on the way down towards the £1.40 level, which is also where the 50-day line is currently. Best case scenario, maybe over the course of the summer, the next 2-3 months, maybe by the end of July, is up to retest the March resistance, but obviously it's early days yet for Pensana. Couldn't resist looking at remote monitored systems. Looks like the company's kitchen sinked its bad news over the near term. What we'd like to see, I suppose, now is an end-of-day close back above the May support there, which was 105. So we can get that over the next, maybe by the end of the week at some point, then that could signal that the shares are delivering a bear trap. But obviously we need to get back above that 105. If you're cautious on the stock, then maybe you want to see an end-of-day close back above 1.2 pence, which is the top of the gap down that we've had today, but very much a rather fluid situation at the moment for remote monitored. Stock which is probably in the opposite camp in terms of the technicals and the charting position at the moment is React Group. Here we've had one of our favorite setups here. Had that in April with a gap through resistance, resistance there at 2.68, and really that would have given us a notional entry around the 3 pence level the day after, once the gap was remained unfilled. Current situation is that we're making progress within a rising trend channel. Floor of the channel, obviously today's support, which is a sort of the support of a key reversal to the upside, 3.3 pence. Top of the channel up towards probably the 4.5 or 5 pence level, 5 pence in fact. That's the January resistance line projection. So above the 3 pence area, looking for 5 pence, perhaps as soon as the end of next month for React Group. So looking like a great momentum situation at the moment. Another one which is also good on the momentum front, which I've covered quite a few times, is Sarium. The reason for the excitement here was the gap through the resistance there, the May resistance at the start of this month. I suppose we got the end of day close on the, the 6th of, 3rd of June rather, around the 3.3 pence level. Made good progress since there, and the view is that while we're above the initial June resistance at 3.38 pence, looking for further significant gains, perhaps as high as 7 pence, which is the top of that rising trend channel from July last year, and that could be hit as soon as the end of July this year, as long as we hold above that 3.3 pence zone for Sarium. Good article in the Telegraph today, singing the praises of Tirupati Graphite. Market seemed to have missed the merits of its new aluminium graphene composite, which could be a copper killer, and obviously that would be quite a big fundamental win for Tirupati if everything plays out according to a plan on that. Gap through the 50-day moving average, and also gapping through the initial June resistance there at 99 pence. Above 99 pence on an end of day close basis, we're looking for the long promised £1.30 level, which I think I've been talking about almost since the stock came to market in December. So it looks like we finally got the trigger for that. Also, it was good to see the way that support for the shares came in just around the last placing price of 90 pence throughout May and most of this month to date. Onto a stock which looks like it's back in business after a period of absence. Thor Mining just breaking through recent resistance around the 1.1 pence level. We had an end of day close above that, so that was really the trigger for technical buyers to take a look at the stock. We've also got this sort of saucer formation in place on the daily chart since November, so that's another plus point there for the stock. And looking towards the top of a rising trend channel, which I'm just trying to draw at the moment, that's currently heading towards 2 pence, and the longer we stay above a penny, the greater the chance of a move towards 2 pence as soon as the end of next month on Thor Mining. Stock which has been requested for a couple of days by one of my more esteemed followers is Tertiary Minerals. Here you can see that it's broken that line of resistance after a key reversal to the upside yesterday, so that was a great signal for the stock. In fact, that's a pop gun buy signal. You can Google that and see what you get there. Inside day, then a key reversal to the upside, so a really positive candle price action, let's say. But breaking that line of resistance from March around 0.36 suggests that we could head up towards the top of the rising trend channel from that month, as high as 0.55 pence as soon as the end of next month. Finishing off with a stock which has been in the wars for quite a while, Verditek, slammed by the bears as well, but looks as though they may be having diminishing returns on their short story with this falling wedge, and the shares only narrowly making lower lows now. Good bullish divergence in the RSI window, so probably all we're waiting for now is a decent end of day close or a weekly close above the 50-day moving average at 3.7 pence. Above that, we could then be looking towards 9 pence as soon as the end of next month. Sounds rather ambitious, but after the consolidation that we've had at the lower levels for so long since February and the bullish divergence, it does look as though the shares may finally be on their way. That's it for me today. More updates tomorrow.